Hey everyone, it's Dave here. Privileged today to be bringing you the pastoral update, or a bit of a devotional space for you this week. I've been going through a really interesting time recently. As you'll all be aware, we've kind of been processing what things look like for us next year, and obviously heading back for me into a bit of a different world. Still being a part of our church community here, but heading back into an educational space and back into school. So as I've been reflecting and thinking about this, I've just been thinking about how much has changed for me this year, and in particular, I guess in my inner spiritual life. There's been a real growth in terms of how I have interacted with God and interacted with quite conflicting and difficult emotions that many of us have had to go through in 2020. So recently I've been, as part of, I guess, how I've been processing what I've been doing, I've been looking into the Word a little bit, and one of the books that I've been led to in the past wee while is this beautiful book called Lamentations, which doesn't often take the heart of many teachers because of the fact that it's actually just so dark and dreary. So if you're looking for a sad book, turn to Lamentations. There's plenty in here which is pretty horrific. Just to pick up a couple of verses that kind of talk about how painful it is. There's an instance here where we have cannibalism, where we have people eating other people because there's no food. And one of the images in here which just, in fact, I remember reading this a long time ago, and just the image has stuck with me. It's the image that I always think of when I think of Lamentations. And I want to read it because it's a pretty horrific image. And it says, "He has broken my teeth with gravel, and he has trampled me in the dust." And I just can't get that image out of my head, this teeth and gravel thing. It's horrific. Anyway, Lamentations is a sad story. And for some, this year has been a sad, difficult, challenging time. But I guess for me, the reflective space in that is actually what comes in the middle of Lamentations. And there is just this beautiful, beautiful passage of scripture that I'm sure you'll be familiar with. But I just wanted to catch it in the center of the book, because this book is about the destruction of Jerusalem. It's about some horrific stuff which happens for the people of Israel. In 586, the temple is destroyed. Jerusalem is absolutely obliterated. And so this book is about that destruction. It's not a nice time for the people of Israel, the people of Judah. But in the middle of kind of lamenting and crying out and saying, this is horrible, there's this passage which just brings hope. And so I want to read this today. So it's in Lamentations 3:22. Remembering the context is amongst destruction, against really horrible stuff happening. And it says, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed. For his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord." And I guess for me, this is one of the things from this year. It's been a tough gig, 2020. And I know for a number of you that I've been speaking to, it's been a tough gig. And for some, it doesn't seem to be getting easier as we move forward. And maybe this is actually not going to just be that 2021, we turn a corner and things are going to be all rosy. It might be that the challenges remain. What the scripture says is, I'm going to wait on God. It says, I'll wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. I want to encourage you that God is faithful. His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. And so let's press into God. Let's press into developing a relationship with this great I am, who understands things in a way that we will never understand things. let's press into who Jesus is. What does it mean that Jesus is our Messiah, that Jesus is the one who saves us? And let's reflect on the fact that though challenges are there, though death, destruction, pain, brokenness is there, God is there, and God is holding us. We're going to wait for him. We're going to wait quietly. And you know what? His salvation will come. So I want to encourage you this week, whatever you're going through, let's press into God. It's so great to be able to be back together as a full church community and to be worshiping together. We've got some pretty cool stuff coming up in the next couple of months as we head towards the busy season at the end of the year. But wait patiently for God in your circumstances, in the places that you're in. And be blessed, people. We love you heaps, and looking forward to catching up with you all on Sunday. Kia kaha. Ka kite. See ya.